A long marriage does not stay passionate by accident. The happiest senior couples are not the ones with perfect bodies, endless energy, or movie-style romance. They are the couples who protect intimacy in small ways every single day. While many people believe passion fades with age, thousands of older couples quietly prove the opposite. In fact, many seniors say intimacy becomes deeper, warmer, and more satisfying later in life because they finally understand what truly matters. But here's the surprising part. The couples who stay closest after 60, 70, or even 80 usually follow certain habits without even realizing it. They repeat simple actions that keep emotional and physical connection alive year after year. And the couples who stop doing these things often begin feeling distant without understanding why. So today we are diving into the 7 intimacy habits happy senior couples never skip. Some of these may surprise you, some may seem small, but together they create the kind of bond that lasts a lifetime. And make sure you stay until the end because habit number 7 is something many older couples say changed their relationship more than anything else. Picture 2 couples in their 70s. One barely talks during dinner. They sleep on opposite sides of the bed, spend hours on separate screens, and only discuss chores or health appointments. The love may still exist, but the connection feels cold and distant. Now picture another couple the same age. They laugh together, they touch often. They still flirt. They look at each other with warmth. They are not trying to act young. They simply never stopped nurturing closeness. The difference is not luck, it is habits. The first habit happy senior couples never skip is daily affection. Not grand gestures. Not expensive gifts, just consistent affection. A hand on the shoulder while walking through the kitchen. The goodbye kiss before errands, sitting close while watching television. Holding hands during a walk. These tiny moments may look insignificant, but they create emotional safety and closeness over time. Many couples slowly stop touching without noticing. Life becomes routine, health issues appear, stress grows, and physical affection quietly disappears. But happy senior couples understand something powerful. Affection is not only about desire, it is about reassurance. Touch tells your partner, "I still choose you." And studies consistently show affectionate touch lowers stress, increases bonding hormones, and strengthens emotional connection. That matters even more as couples age. Some older couples think romance belongs to young people, but the happiest seniors reject that idea completely. They know tenderness matters at every age. Sometimes a 10-second hug says more than a long conversation. And here's what makes affection especially important later in life. Aging can bring insecurities. Bodies change, energy changes, confidence changes. But affectionate touch reminds both partners they are still loved, still attractive, and still desired emotionally and physically. The second habit happy senior couples never skip is private conversation, not logistical talk, not bills, not medications. Real conversation. The happiest older couples continue learning about each other even after decades together. They ask questions. They share memories. They discuss dreams, fears, opinions, and emotions. One reason many relationships become emotionally distant is because couples stop being curious about each other. They assume they already know everything. But people continue evolving throughout life. Happy senior couples often create small daily rituals for talking, morning coffee together, evening walks, sitting on the porch after dinner, no phones, no distractions, just connection, and the secret is not talking more. It is talking deeper. Instead of asking, "Did you take your medicine?" they ask, "What made you smile today?" Instead of only discussing responsibilities, they discuss feelings. Many seniors say emotional intimacy actually becomes more important than physical appearance over time. Feeling emotionally understood creates attraction that lasts far longer than youthful looks ever could. And here is something fascinating. Older couples who maintain strong communication often handle conflict better too. Because they feel emotionally safe with each other, disagreements do not destroy the connection. They know how to reconnect. The third habit happy senior couples never skip is laughter. This one is massively underrated. Many people think intimacy is all about romance or physical closeness. But laughter is one of the strongest forms of emotional bonding in any long-term relationship. Couples who laugh together feel younger together. The happiest seniors joke around constantly. They tease each other playfully. They share funny memories. They refuse to let life become emotionally heavy all the time. And this matters because aging can bring real challenges, retirement changes identity. Health concerns create stress, friends may pass away. Families move away. Without joy, relationships can become emotionally exhausting. But laughter brings lightness back into the relationship. It reminds couples they are teammates, not just roommates. Some older couples intentionally protect fun in their marriage. They dance in the kitchen, watch comedies together, play games, tell old stories that still make them laugh after 40 years. And interestingly, laughter also increases physical closeness. Couples who laugh together naturally touch more, smile more, and feel safer emotionally. You do not need perfect health or endless money to create intimacy. Sometimes you simply need moments of joy. The fourth habit happy senior couples never skip is keeping physical intimacy alive in some form. No, this does not mean every senior couple has the same kind of physical relationship. That is a myth. Physical intimacy changes with age and happy. Couples understand that adaptation matters more than perfection. Some couples remain highly active physically. Others focus more on kissing, cuddling, massage, or gentle closeness. The key is that they never allow intimacy to completely disappear. And this is important because many older adults silently struggle with this topic. Health changes, hormones shift, medications affect desire, energy levels change. But emotionally healthy couples communicate instead of withdrawing. They adapt together instead of giving up. One major reason intimacy fades in later years is embarrassment. Many seniors feel uncomfortable discussing needs or insecurities. But the happiest couples are honest with each other. They understand. Intimacy is not performance, it is connection. And often, emotional closeness actually improves physical experiences later in life because couples feel less pressure and more trust. Many seniors say they become more affectionate, patient, and emotionally connected in their later years than they ever were when younger. That surprises many people. Society often ignores older romance completely, but emotional and physical intimacy do not expire with age. In fact, many couples say this stage of life allows them to finally slow down and truly appreciate each other. The fifth habit happy senior couples never skip is showing appreciation. This sounds simple, but it changes everything. Long marriages can become dangerously routine. Couples begin assuming their partner already knows they are appreciated. So, compliments disappear, gratitude disappears, recognition disappears. But happy senior couples continue expressing appreciation constantly. Thank you for making dinner. You still look beautiful to me. I appreciate how you always take care of us. These words matter more than people realize. Everyone wants to feel valued, especially later in life when retirement, aging, or health changes can affect confidence and identity. Many older adults quietly fear becoming invisible. But appreciation keeps partners emotionally seen. And here's something powerful. Couples who feel appreciated naturally become more affectionate and emotionally open. Gratitude creates warmth. Criticism creates distance. The happiest senior couples focus far more on what they love about each other than what annoys them. That does not mean they never get frustrated. Of course they do. Every long relationship includes irritation and conflict. But emotionally successful couples refuse to let negativity dominate the relationship. They continue noticing the good in each other. One compliment can soften an entire day. One sincere thank you can rebuild closeness faster than people expect. The sixth habit happy senior couples never skip is protecting quality time, not just being in the same house. Real quality time. Many couples technically spend hours together while emotionally disconnected. One person watches television. The other scrolls on a phone. Days pass without meaningful interaction. Happy senior couples intentionally create togetherness. And no, it does not require expensive vacations or elaborate plans. Sometimes it is gardening together, cooking together, going for evening walks, drinking tea while discussing memories, listening to music together, visiting favorite places from earlier years. The activity itself matters less than the attention. They remain emotionally present with each other. One beautiful thing about later life is that couples often finally have more time together after years of work and raising children. But some couples accidentally waste that opportunity by drifting into separate routines. The happiest seniors treat time together like something precious, because they understand something younger people often forget: time is limited. That awareness creates deeper appreciation for ordinary moments. And surprisingly, small shared routines often create the strongest emotional bonds. Morning coffee together every day can become a relationship anchor. Evening walks can become emotional therapy. Shared habits create emotional security. The strongest relationships are usually built in ordinary moments, not dramatic ones. And now we arrive at the seventh intimacy habit happy senior couples never skip: emotional honesty. This is the big one. The happiest older couples do not pretend to be perfect. They talk honestly about fears, insecurities, sadness, loneliness, aging, and emotional needs. Many relationships become emotionally distant because partners stop revealing themselves honestly. They become guarded, silent, defensive. But deep intimacy requires emotional openness. Happy senior couples often become even more emotionally honest with age because they stop wasting energy pretending. They admit when they feel afraid. They admit when they miss closeness. They admit when they need affection. And this emotional honesty creates incredible trust. One of the most beautiful things about long-term love is being fully known by another person and still deeply accepted. That kind of connection cannot exist without vulnerability. And here is something many older couples discover. Emotional intimacy often becomes the foundation for every other kind of intimacy. When couples feel emotionally safe, affection increases naturally. Communication improves. Physical closeness feels easier. Laughter returns. Everything connects. But when emotional walls rise, even physical closeness can start feeling empty. That is why emotionally healthy senior couples keep choosing openness again and again, even after decades together. Especially after decades together. Now, here is an important truth nobody talks about enough. Intimacy in later life is not about trying to look 20 again. It is not about unrealistic expectations. It is about connection. It is about feeling emotionally chosen, emotionally safe, emotionally valued, and emotionally close. And the couples who stay happiest are usually the ones who understand this deeply. They stop chasing perfection. They start protecting connection. Some couples spend years believing passion naturally disappears with age. But often it is not age-destroying intimacy, it is neglect. Relationships weaken when affection disappears, communication fades, appreciation stops, and emotional honesty dies. But when couples continue nurturing those things, intimacy can remain incredibly powerful for decades. In some ways, later life intimacy can even become more meaningful than youthful romance. Why? because it is built on history. Shared struggles, shared memories, shared survival. Two people who have faced life together for decades often share a connection that younger couples cannot fully understand yet. And that bond becomes even stronger when both people continue investing in it intentionally. So if you're in a long-term relationship, remember this. Never underestimate the power of small habits, a gentle touch, a meaningful conversation, a compliment, a laugh, a shared moment. These tiny actions may seem ordinary, but over time they become the foundation of lifelong intimacy. And if you feel your relationship has grown distant lately, that does not automatically mean the love is gone. Sometimes intimacy simply needs attention again. Sometimes couples just need to start reconnecting one small habit at a time. Because love rarely disappears overnight. Usually it fades slowly through neglect, and it can often return through intention. The happiest senior couples understand this better than anyone. They know intimacy is not maintained through luck. It is maintained through daily choices. Choosing affection instead of emotional distance. Choosing conversation instead of silence. Choosing appreciation instead of criticism. Choosing connection instead of routine. And perhaps most importantly, choosing each other again and again, year after year. That is the real secret, not perfect romance. Not endless passion, consistency, the little things done repeatedly over decades. That is what creates the couples everyone else secretly admires, the ones who still hold hands after 40 years. The ones who still smile at each other across the room. The ones who still look emotionally connected long after many relationships grow cold. And the beautiful part is this. It is never too late to start rebuilding intimacy. A relationship can improve dramatically when even one partner begins creating more warmth, affection, and emotional openness. One conversation can restart connection. One honest moment can reopen emotional closeness. One intentional habit can slowly transform an entire relationship, because intimacy is not a fixed thing. It is something couples create continuously, every day, through words, through attention, through touch, through kindness, and through the decision to never stop nurturing the relationship no matter how many birthdays pass. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes love and intimacy can still grow stronger with age. And tell us in the comments, which of these intimacy habits do you think matters most in a long-term relationship?